Hello, hi, hope you're doing good. My name is Pranavara, and in this video, I am showcasing a room of Hack the Box. Sorry, I'm used to that room after I hack me intro, but I'm solving a machine of Hack the Box called as planning. So let's dive into this machine here, which is it's a easy machine. It's categorized under easy, and it is a Linux machine that we are solving. The name is planning, and the IP address is set here. I've already copied the IP address and finished solving this machine. I thought let's also showcase it and showcase it in YouTube. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, the probability of this machine being retired is higher. What I mean is, I'll be uploading this video once the machine is retired. So you will find this machine under the retired section of Hack the Box's machines. Probably for some duration, this machine is also going to be a part of a free experience or something like that. I'm not sure, but right now the machine is alive. I can only upload it once the machine has retired. I copy the IP address. They have given us some machine information, which is as is common in real life pen test. You will start the planning box with credentials for the following account: admin and this password here. They have not given us any other information other than the IP address to the machine, and we know it is a Linux machine. So what I will do here is I'll open up my terminal, and I've already connected to the VPN server. So what I will do is I'll create a folder for my Hack the Box YouTube. So mkdir. Let me also create multiple folders under it. So YouTube and then planning inside it. So let's go to YouTube and planning. And what I will do here is to create a file called credentials.txt and paste in these credentials of these accounts instead of coming back to this page again and again. So paste in, I'll say the username is admin and the password is the content which is given here. So let's copy and paste it that, and XY enter. So I have misspelled it, but that's fine. Credentials.txt, we have the username and the password here. No other information given to us. Where does this user name and password come in as a credential? We have no idea. Okay, so as a initial reconnaissance, what we will do is we will run through nmap and look at the common ports and common services that is running in our target system. Let me paste in the IP address here. Why am I pressing Control Shift C? Let's just copy it and paste that there. Also give some verbose output, then make the scan really fast. I don't want to save the output as such. Uh, so straight away, oh, that means my VPN connection has terminated here. Let's connect back and right, I see my IP address in the top. Let me make sure I'm able to ping this machine now. So ping, do some just 5 ping scans. Yeah, I'm able to ping that. So that's good. Let's run that nmap command once again. And straight away, I can see the port 22 and port 80 to be enabled in this target serve. So what port 22 means is an SSH service. Port 80 means a default web application on HTTP. Let's try to enumerate that itself. Let the nmap give its output. Once it gives us an output, we'll be able to see further information about it. This is taking a little time, but I feel it should be fast since there are only 2 ports in this. Yes, it has finished it. It has given me other what do I say, ports too, which is not an expected behavior. Maybe because I just connected to the network, it's giving me these ports also. But mostly we see port 22 and port 80 to be enabled. That's what are the 2 ports. So if port 80 is enabled, which means that we have a web application with us. So I will edit the etc host file, sudo nano, then etc host file. My keyboard is playing with me. Yeah. And yeah, so since I just solved the machine, what I will do is I'll comment this one. I we can you can just paste in the IP address and then specify a domain name to it, like planning.htb. This is what is going to be the domain name that we'll use. So that's already there. So I'll just hit on Control X, Y, and enter, since I commented the next line, which will come in the further part of the video. Uh, Once that's done, let's open a new window here and then browse to that http planning.htb. Here, what we see is some educational courses, educate platform. It's an education platform. And for looking at the source code, also we find nothing as such, no comments or anything which would give us any lead further. If you copy this comment and go to Google Translator, all that it gives is display results below in the search bar. So it's, I don't know which language was that. Spanish. Okay, so those comments are written in Spanish, but no results as such, or no leads here in this web application that I can see. There is no URL to go around. Even the images here, let me find an image. Here it is. So even these images, if I try to do some directory listing, that seems to also be forbidden by the application here. Let's just show that. Yes, it says forbidden. Right. Now, since it's forbidden and there are no other links which will take me anywhere further, even the about page, there seems to be no contents that we can go forward with the source code. It leaves us with fuzzing for some files and folders in this web page. I use Puff, which is my favorite tool for web fuzzing. My keyboard seems to be a little wacky today. Okay. Now and specify. Okay, I am typing it, but still, my location for the sec list where we can fuzz for some tools. So sec list, and then specify a discovery, web contents, then raft, medium, files. Let's fuzz for some files right now. Then specify the host here. So HTTP, then planning.htb. Yeah, that should do it. So it'll try to fuzz for, we need to also specify the fuzz location. So this will start to fuzz for any files that we can find. So all these files like index.php, contact.php, detail.php, they're all the files that we have already gone through. Or even if you go through these files, you will not find anything useful to move forward, right? We can let the scan go forward. I have completed the scan. You can see it in my blog post, but we find no successful results also here. So I'll just kill that just to save our time. Yeah, we can even try with the directories. Say come here and then instead of files, I can say directories.txt. That also gives us a similar result. We just find CSS, JS, image, and lib. No successful result as such from this files also. I'll kill this fuzzing once again. And the one thing that I noticed is once the what do I say, the fuzzing of files and directories is exhausted, I thought, why not look for some vhosts or some virtual subdomains for this particular application. So fuzzing for it, puff, and then specifying the word list, I usually choose my subdomains medium file, but one particular and specific file list contains what we want here. So tools, and then fuzzing, sec list, discovery, DNS, and there are multiple files in this directories which we can use. My typical and the most probable list of files would be this particular subdomain list. The one which I found very interesting and the one which gave me a fruitful result was the first file, which was from Bitquark subdomains top 1000.txt file. I'll choose that as my word list to fuzz around and specify the host here. I'll come into why did I select that a little later. So specify here planning.htb. Then specify the host. Where do I want to fuzz it? So host and then fuzz. fuzz dot planning dot htb. So pressing enter, we get a lot of vhosts to be given to us, but most of them contain a similar status, file size, and word counts. So which is probably an indicator that there is no fruitful result in it. So I will filter for it. So I'll use fs to filter it through the size of the contents that is being given to us. So I don't want to see anything of the size 178. So pressing enter, that will run through the top 1000 or 10,000 particular subdomains to go forward. Let's go to fuzz for some subdomains here. Let's wait for it to fuzz and show us some result. Okay, I get one output from this fuzzing tool. It's still running for that 100,000 subdomains. Let's kill that. We don't get anything fruitful later, but we find one subdomain which is Grafana, which seems to be giving us a different size out of the all the other the subdomains or vhosts that it was fuzzing for. What I will do is, since I want to investigate what exactly this is doing, I will add that to my etc host file. So etc hosts uh, hosts. Oh, sorry, I need to specify nano there because I want to edit it. So sudo nano etc hosts, and then I will just uncomment the line which I had previously written here, which is to the IP address, to the same IP address of my HackTheBox IP address, the same IP address, and then grafana.planning.htb. That's going to be my domain that I'll be using. Let me copy this domain, then X, Y, and enter. So what I will do here next is to open the page in my web browser, HTTP, paste in the domain there and press enter. There we get the login page. That is good. That's what we were expecting, or this is what the credentials were given for us, because we see it in this page here. So let's try to log in with that into this page to admin, and password is going to be the content here. Let's copy it and paste it in here. Then click on login. So now that has given us a fruitful result because we are logged in into the dashboard of this page. That's good. And again, fuzzing through the pages, understanding what exactly this Grafana mean, I've just Googled what exactly it is. Coming here, I'm pasting it there. It says it's an open and composable observatory platform, observability platform. I don't know what that means, but it's something which logs, tracks, and profiles. What is this for? I actually I don't know what this is. So what does this do? So what can Grafana help you do? Troubleshoot faster. I guess it's something like a troubleshooting platform. I'm not sure. Probably we can see the to the docs or something like that. But yeah, so we have this Grafana page here, and since I have no idea what these tools do and what is this used for, what I got to know from the help section here is that it's running Grafana version 11.0.0 here. What I did is copy the version number and paste it in here and see if there are any possible public vulnerabilities already exposed that we can use for our exploit. So opening the first link itself from the official Grafana site, they have listed that Grafana security release, critical severity fix for this particular CVE, which was released in 2024, nearly in the month of October. So that's what is here. They give us an summary of what exactly is happening here. That we get a remote code execution that was introduced in Grafana 11, and that was due to an SQL expression. There's some misconfiguration in it. You can read through the blog if you wish to understand more about the vulnerabilities. But what I'm interested in is to get this remote code execution payload or proof of concept that I can experiment on this so that I can get a remote code on it. So I'll copy the CV number here and I will search for POC in Google. And there are multiple websites that you can go forward and look into it. But going through a GitHub link here, okay, this lists all the GitHub repositories. The one which I found interesting was this one. This repository by, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name, but all shout out to this user or this uh, profile for this RCA POC to be present on their GitHub profile. But yeah, what you can do is we can go through the exploit here. Was this the same thing that I explored? Could be the same thing. So CVE 2024-9264 RCE exploit. That's exactly what we want for our exploit here. They've also given us the usage on how do we run this tool and what are the contents that is required for us, and given a screenshot of the POC also here. So let's try that. Let's try to exploit and get a remote code execution because it's running this particular instance of Grafana. Let's open the terminal here and git clone. Since I've copied the address to it, just clone it into this directory itself and cd into that file. Listing out the contents here, we see the poc.py file, and the usage is also given to us here. So let's make it into a side-by-side screen and then run through that POC. So Python 3, the poc.py, then we need to specify the URL of the target. So URL, and the URL is this page. So let me copy the URL, paste it in here, then remove this dashboard content. We don't need those external parameters there. Then specify the username, which is admin. Then the password to that username. That password is given to us in this page itself, and paste it there. What else do we need from this site? Once the password is given to us, we need to give the reverse IP, which is our IP as an attacker. Let me open another one here to look at my IP address, which is yeah, this IP address. I mean, the same IP address is also there in the top, but yeah. So reverse IP, then paste it in here. Then it is asking for a reverse port. For that, what I will do is I will create a reverse port here itself. So netcat lvnp, let's clear the screen and run 12345. That's going to be my port number here. So reverse reverse port and 12345. So we'll run the POC here and we'll get the reverse shell in this instance. Right now, let's make it into full screen and look at the magic happen. So let's press enter here. It's already listening. Unexpected argument. Yeah, I thought I had put a error in my spelling. So that is, we have given the port once again. So successful login and we get the access here. So who am I? It says root, which is good. But you will notice that we are in a Docker environment. So this root user has no specific role to play here. So even if I move into that, I should have waited for the result to come up. So even if I move here, there is nothing to see because this is inside the Docker environment. So cd ls, since it's there in the Docker environment, there is nothing as such that we can do to be able to go anywhere. For example, find any flag or anything like that of the root user. Where am I? PWD. I'm in the root, right? Why didn't I? Okay, I need to even specify LSLA so that I can list everything, even the hidden files there. Yeah, I get the Docker environment content here. So, further searching through all the things, when I search for looking for the environment of this page, I noticed something that These are all the default environment which they have specified here. But this is GF security admin password and GF security admin user. That's something which is not common, right? That is something like that would not be in any environment variable in a system, which means that this could be a specific user for SSH access for the SSH user. So what I did is come to this terminal here, the SSH this user at the IP address. Okay, we can even put in the domain name that we have set, which is planning.htb. But pasting in the IP address and pressing enter, it'll ask you initially for do you want to confirm the certificate and things like that. But which means that that's a valid user, and copy pasting this password. Ta-da! Come on, don't ruin my ta-da moment. Yeah, ta-da! Gives us the access to the user itself. The listing here, I guess the server is a little bit under stress, but yeah, we get the users.txt. Now looking at the word count of user.txt and just the content, we see 32 characters are present in this, which is the flag of this user. So we get the user's flag right here. What else? What else to do here? Right, I can probably close this since I no more need that. We can use that terminal for something useful. Yeah, now going through the root directory here, what do we see? lsla, we see all the default folders. We are not in a Docker environment anymore, we are in the system itself. Now users, we can see who all are the other users who are present in this system. The cd home ls, it's the only user. We can even try to cat out etc pass wd file, but we don't see anything as specific users or any lead that we can follow from here. But interestingly, if you just follow along the entire system to search it manually, you will see a folder of var, and listing out contents that is present here. We see backups, cache, then local, log, mail, spool, www. One other folder was opt, which is, these are all the default folders, which is I did not find anything useful in any of these folder. But going to opt and looking at the contents, we see that we have that folder and then cron tabs inside containerized or containered. We don't have permission to look at the contents there. The only left is with cron tab, or no, cron tab cd dot cron tab. Yes, here. Okay, that is just one. Yeah, maybe when I was documenting, I found two to be present there, two files. That's what is also there in my blog which I made. But yeah, we see a file called as cron tab.db, which can we print out and see what contents are there in this cron tab.db. And yeah, so we get a cron tab or some cron job to be present in this system. It says name is given graphen backup, and there is some command given to it, which is to go to user bin docker and then save the root grafana as that, maybe that docker container, and then put it into the var backups.tar file and zip that with okay, zip that folder into this folder. Then they have also given a password to it, which is like, okay, I mean, there's a password also specified there. And then it saves it into a zip file, and only the same thing is happening, and then removing all the backups and the contents which was done there. And it is designed to run daily and stopped if it fails, and all those information is given there. Then the second job that we can see is its cleanup, and the command is like root cleanup.sh, which means there is a script written inside the root folder called cleanup.sh, and it is scheduled to run every single second or every single minute, and it stops if it fails, and all that information is present there. We get a password here, so we get one password, and this is, both the instances are run by the root user itself, because both of them require root privileges. It's interesting. We get a password, but to do what, right? Uh, and then further exploring this system, going through netstat, uh, and then come on, yeah, uh, LV, LVNP, and looking at netstat, STAT, and LVNP. Yes, we get a list of all the that services that is running in this system. Interestingly, you can see that the port 80 is exposed to the entire network, or anyone who has the IP address of this system is able to access the port 80. It's listening on all interfaces. But the port 3306 is for MySQL, and this is also for MySQL itself. Port 53 is a DNS server. This is one interesting file or interesting port number. But a curious port number, which is 8000 or 3000, they're not a default port number which is enabled by any user. It is something which not by any system, not the user. It's something which a user manually has to enable. For example, if you have a web application that you're developing, it's usually hosted on 3000. Developers do use instances of 3000 or port 8000 to be running. And since it's only addressed and limited to the local host, that's something suspicious. So I thought, why not I try to look at port forwarding this local instance into my local instance. So I did SSH. I forgot the username. I should have copied the user. Oh, username is right there. ENZO at the IP address. That's right here. Oh, I should have even copied the password. Okay, the password is here. Fine. I'm lucky today. I should have copied it. But yeah, so pasting in the IP address. Sorry. Pasting in the IP address. Sorry. Yeah, pasting in the IP address, and then since I want to port forward it, I'm setting in the listener to be on port 8000 in my local host, and then specifying what is the target's local host or what is the target address. So it is at the local host at port 8000 itself. Pressing enter, it's going to ask us for the password. I'll paste it in here and press enter. Right now, what is happening is I'm bridging the connection from my system's port 8000 to the user Enzo's system's port 8000, which is at local instance. Right. So that's what I'm doing in this command. I've also got an SSH shell to it because I want to interact with the system once again later. So I've port forwarded it, which means that if I come back to my web browser here and then go to local host, mention host and mention port 8000, I'll be able to. Okay, that I should have logged in or logged out. Uh, okay, that it just came in. Okay, let's open it in a private window. That will do the job. Uh, Copy the address here and replace that with this. It's going to ask us for the username and the password. Since it's just an assumption, since we get all these contents here and a password here and nowhere else to go, what can this be the password that I'm looking into? And since this is anyway run by a root user, I can attempt for this combination of user root and the password that I find here. Pasting that in and clicking on sign in, I get the cron tab UI page here. That's what was running on port 8000 in the web interface. Interesting. So, and I again see the cleanup cron job and graph and backup cron job to be here, which is the same thing here that is running in this folder there. So it says that I can create at the root level a cron job in this page because I can see a new tab in this. So let's click on new and I'll name this as a root shell. And let's give a command to copy the bin bash what is present in that system, and then put it to the temp folder. I'll call this as the shell, right? And then say that chmod u plus x, which is to take the privileges of the user who is copying this or who initially had access into the file itself. So anyone who will be running that will still be able to run it with the privileges what was used earlier. So u plus x, u plus s, and then bin, sorry, not bin bash, temp slash shell. And let's run this every minute. We can specify it specifically also and then click on set. So that's going to run every minute. And then, yeah, that's it. So let's click on save. Here we can see a cron job coming up, which is a root shell. Let me click on run. Click on OK. So that has started to run, which is good. In the shell here that I've already got, what I will do is go to the temp folder, cd temp, and looking here, we get the shell file, which is good, amazing. You can also see it is highlighted in red, which means that it has root privileges in it. So how do I run it? Dot slash shell and then specify p because I want to run it with the root privileges itself. So who am I? And I'm the root here. That's good. So if I'm the root, what can I do? I can cat out the root flag. So etc, or no, let's only look at the word count of it. There is no u in this, right? Yeah. Word count -c of the root folder. That did not replace. Yeah, root slash root.txt. Pressing enter. The root flag is right here. We can access the root flag since I'm the root user. Yeah, so this room was fantastic. It's very easy. I loved it personally. It's so good. And it was interesting. So let's also clear the page here so that other users find it fair to run these commands. So let's before I exit, I want to rm the shell file what we generated here. So yeah, it's basically a part of clearing your tracks. So let's exit from these shells and also as a ethical use delete this job. Did that delete it? Oh, I killed my session, sorry. Then that did not delete exactly. Let's also delete it. Let me copy this password, paste it in here. Okay, that's good. So running this once again, let's delete that also. It's part of clearing tracks. Oh, it is cleared, which is good. That's good. Yeah, so that is it. So we finish this room. I found it interesting. It's very easy. It's very good planning. So I also gave a review saying that plan plan to pawn this planning. Okay. Yeah, so that is it for this video. Hope you did enjoy. Hope you did learn something new out of this video. It's a walkthrough, and I know this machine would have expired or retired by the time this video is out on YouTube. But yeah, hit on this like button if you did learn something new, even if you could not walk through, or if you are able to follow along. Please also comment down below. Let me know how you felt about this journey. And if you're new to this channel, hit on that subscribe button. Do all those YouTube algorithm so that we can hit up in the top when this video comes in. So with that, I would like to end this video saying hack ethically without no one's consent. Please don't hack into any machines. Use your knowledge in ethical manner. With that, I would like to end this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.